Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day one of the actual second anniversary of festival, whatever it's called. But yeah, we got to take a minute to appreciate this glorious new main menu screen. I love it. I love when we get these events that actually change the screen, make things a little bit nice for just a little while. But we've got a lot to talk about today, so we're going to dive in, and I'm going to try to get through this as quickly as I can because we have a ton of information to talk about today. We have everything we need to know about all 5 of the new Pokemon. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later, but first we're going to grab our 200 sleep points, puts us at a grand total of 6,866. And then for our daily lottery, oh yeah, that's right, the bundles are all now available for all the 5 Pokemon. I don't have space. Okay, well, that's something that I will worry about later. We're not going to worry about our daily lottery today then, unless I can, you know what, let's just... What do we got? What we got? What's our bag at? 385? Yikes, that level up and those handy candies. Okay, well, you know what? I wanted to save some, but let's go ahead and just use 6 of them. It'll be fine. We'll get them back. They're just small dream clusters. 17,238 dream shards. Yeah, that's the word. So yeah, gotta clear out some space. Definitely need to do something soon. 65 needs to happen very quickly. Daily lottery is a Pokebiscuit. I'll take that. Okay, well, you know what? I will definitely be all right with that. Can't complain too much. But let's dive into this sleep report. Let's see what we got. I did use the Comfey incense and the Luck incense last night, so hopefully that's gonna pay off. But we'll see. I'm hoping that we get that 3-star Comfey. But I don't know. 10 hours and 1 minute of sleep. I overslept a little bit. That's looking pretty snoozy to me. And that is, yep, a snoozy type. All right. So snoozy pseudo balanced. We are going to get like 320 million, I think. I don't know. My guesses have been off lately, but I'm pretty sure it's around there. 320, 330, somewhere around there. Right in the middle, 325.8 million. That's a lot of 3 stars and in a top belly. So that's a good time to use that luck incense, hopefully. Plus that 1.5 times multiplier on top of the dream shards for the event. Oh, hey there, big guy. That's a new one. I haven't seen one of you in a long time. Okay. All right. Well, there's the 3-star Comfey. That's really good. Only 20,000 to start off. Oh, never mind. 20,000 just for that 3-star Comfey. We're at 56,000 so far. So Comfey, 2 Quaxley, a Quaxwell, a Slowpoke, a Fuecoco, a Skeledirge, and another Fuecoco. And then the top belly Slowking to round it all off. And how much is that going to be? Another 24,000. Yes, yes, yes. This was a good time to use a luck incense, I think. I forget if the luck incense is already incorporated. Oh, that was the last one I needed too. Okay. If it's already incorporated in the total we're seeing on screen, or if it shows me the doubled amount later on the wrap up, but we'll see. No one's hungry. Yikes. Okay. Well, I mean, there's really nothing here that I need to catch. And honestly, I do need a Comfey, so I'm just going to feed the Comfey the premium biscuit. We'll see what happens. Nothing, no big hit or anything, but at least next time if we see it and it's hungry, we can take it home pretty easily. And there's a mission complete for giving out 15 biscuits. We're not going to catch anything today, sadly. But that's all right. We got plenty to do. I feel like everybody has enough Slowpoke candy. That's why a lot of us use it for Cramomatic. But see, here's where I'm torn. Do we send out the Comfey incense because it's kind of rare, or is it just me that thinks it's rare because I don't come to Cyan all that often? Or do we send out the Quaxley candy because it's double useful for ingredients? I'm not really entirely sure, but I'm going to go with the Quaxley candy. I feel like that's a safe bet, so I'm going to do that. But let me know if Comfey or Quaxley was the right call in your opinion there. Which one would you send out? But for now, we did get our last Quaxley candy for the week. We got 18 there and 24. Okay, so it was one of the lower amounts for the entire week, but a good variety of Pokemon today. So not bad. Not bad at all. And then we've got 18,546 research XP with 80,505 dream shards today. Not the most that we could have gotten. You know, it would have been nice to get 6 digits in there, but I will take 80.5k dream shards. That's very good. Times 3. That's good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Let's grab our final mission that we completed. Give out 15 biscuits. My bag is full again. I thought using those incense would count. I thought it would consume them. Apparently not. Okay, well, I guess we just use another dream cluster. We are in a bad spot here. Or I use 2 ingredient tickets just because I can. Yeah, I've used too many dream shards, dream clusters already. I'm just gonna use those just because I can. It'll help at some point. And yeah, we'll figure that out. For now, oh, I have to make actually enough room. Okay, cool, fine, whatever. I guess we'll use one more dream cluster. I didn't want to, but I'll take another 2,800 dream shards. Fine. All right, there we go. Now we got our 3 small handy candies, and I wonder if it's going to tell me that my bag is too full again when I go to do the weekly summary. Let's find out. Please don't tell me that. All right, cool. Yep. Thank you, Professor Narrowly. It is the end of the week. It is the weekly summary. We did pretty good this week. I wasn't trying for Master 20, really. We got almost to it, so that's not bad. Week 103, and that's Master 19 with 3,258,022 final strength with 465,073 gains from berries and 2,792,949 gains from cooking, which is good. Overall grade of S. I did do pretty well on my sleep. Got my 6 small handy candy, so my bag is completely full again. Full to bursting. And for now, given that we don't really, well, we do know about them. So the new Pokemon, I want them all, I think. There's nothing that I really see that is making me want one over the others. So with that in mind, I am going to Greengrass Isle just to see everything. Plus, we haven't made it to Master 20 on Greengrass yet. So plus more sleep styles that we could study while we're here. And it ought to be a pretty easy Master 20 for that free. I think it's the main skill seed that we get for Master 20 here, not a sub skill seed. But yeah, definitely gonna go here, try to get that Master 20 pretty easily, and also see what we can find and hopefully catch us one of everything of the new Pokemon. That would be nice. I feel like it's been forever since I've been to Greengrass. We got curries and stews, which I believe is what I wanted, and we got Durin berries, grappa berries, and yachi berries. Oh, okay. We got 2 really good berries for what we're trying to do. Very, very nice. All right, let's see. Unfortunately, Gardevoir was acting up yet again, so I wasn't able to swap the team to the ultimate sleeper team like I wanted, but I had to leave this team on so they could replenish their energy because a lot of them were at like 40 and 50%, even though I felt like I was getting good skill triggers. Apparently not. So that's fun. So yeah, that's why this team is on right now, but we will get this figured out. There's a skill trigger there for 1,300. That's already halfway to, we are gonna level up very quickly here in just a second. Lots of good stuff there, especially with the ingredient magnet trigger. That's the word. I got some soybeans, which is good. Venusaur, another ingredient magnet. Very nice. I'll take it. I will take it. And some tails too. Nice. I need 2 triggers from you, Flareon. Nice. Appreciate it. I knew I could rely on you. Very, very good. Okay. Boom. There's basic 2. Oh, I just noticed that they changed the little sleeping mat for Snorlax. That's cool. All right, basic 2. I like it. Good yellow. Good kind shade of yellow too. Very, very nice. Okay, let's make breakfast. We should have no issues making our hidden power perk up stew now to give us a good start to the week. Probably not going to make this all week, but we do have a good start, so I will take it. Let's see, we don't have boosted extra tasty odds, so we'll save the tails. Let's throw in a bunch of this cocoa. What else can we throw in? Do we have any herbs or something? No, we do have potatoes. I think we need those potatoes for curries though, so we'll hold off. Oh, that's it. For some reason I thought we had 200 pot capacity, and I don't know why. I guess because it was yesterday we did, but we don't right now. No extra tasty. It would have been nice to get that full odds extra tasty roll, but I'll take 119,603 on green grass for breakfast. That should put us very, very, very far. So, yeah, gonna be kind of nice. What is that gonna be, like Ultra 5? Is that gonna push straight to Master? That'd be funny. Ultra 4. Okay. Is it actually Ultra 4 though? You know we can't trust it when we go through several ranks at once. Oh, sorry, we're at Basic 3. Yeah, not Ultra 4, just Basic 3. Here's another one. What does it mean? Ultra 5. Is it actually Ultra 5? Or is it Ultra 4 or Basic 3? I don't know. We're finishing a lot of these missions already. Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks. Get out of my way. Want to see. We are actually not at Ultra 5. We're only at Ultra 4. But very close. We'll probably be there pretty shortly. So no worries with that. And with breakfast out of the way, we can go ahead and swap in our team. Let's see. We don't have expanded pot this week. I don't think hold on. What do we need for Master 20? What do we need? Because let's see. Oh, only 3.2 million? I'm fairly certain we don't need. Well, we were making Clodsire eclairs all week last week, but we've got Greppa berries and Yachi berries as favorite berries this week. I'm fairly certain we can do this without a good camp ticket. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to see what I can make on curries and stews without a good camp ticket, which is Dream Eater Butter Curry, which also helps. We can put in our Victory Bell. Oh, that's right. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to try to do Inferno Corn Keema Curry, which means we would need Flareon on the team. We could have Dragonite on the team, which would bring us herbs. Probably as many herbs as we could ever need. Ginger from Tyranitar. And swap out Tyranitar and Beware, because the amount of ingredients we need for them is very low. So we need 14 corn per meal and 12 ginger per meal. We could easily get that 12 ginger and the 14 corn. And then the sausage, we can just work on the Aeron, get it to level 32 and evolve it to an Aggron, get plenty of sausage. And so we could have a permanent Dragonite on the team, put in Tyranitar and Beware overnight, or we could do Raichu overnight instead and have Tyranitar and Beware on the team during the day, which might be what I try to do this week. I think that's what I'm going to do, actually. I'm going to try to swap out more frequently. I feel like that's been the biggest issue. Why is my curry team all Dedenne and a Blastoise? That's super weird. So first things first, we do need some extra tasties, but we need energy before anything else. So let's get Gardevoir on the team. And boom, there we go. Gardevoir, you're on the team. Dedenne, that is our good Dedenne, but for now, actually, we need to see where our pantry's at. No, sorry. Use this team. So we need to see where our pantry's at in terms of those ingredients. I know corn is really low, so we're definitely going to have to put Beware in, and I think we don't have any ginger at all. We do have what we need to make Dream Eater Butter Curry, so if I don't get this up and running before lunchtime runs out, I can make that as a backup, but we're going to try for the Keema Curry. We know we need Dragonite. We're doing all right for sausage for at least one meal, but we do need corn and ginger first, but we need a pot expansion first as well. So actually, first and foremost, don't worry about the extra tasties. The thing that we have to have, or this all falls apart, is a pot expansion. I do wish that we needed potatoes for this so that I could have Meowscarada on there trying to get that pot expansion for us, but Flareon is going to be much more reliable. So we'll put Flareon on the team, which will also give us more than what we need in terms of expanding the pot capacity. And we can put in some extra pot filler in there to really make a stronger dish. But like I said, first and foremost, we know absolutely we need Dragonite. So let's get him on the team. There we go. There's Dragonite plus berry finding with Yachi berries, which are favorite. That should give a lot of extra strength from that. And then we're going to... We got enough sausage for now, so let me get... Yeah, let's do Tyranitar and Beware. And let's get them up and running. Ooh. So when I record, I have the music really low so that I can hear it, and I know that it's still playing and functioning, but I can't, I don't really pay attention to it, but I just noticed right for a second there, the music, and oh, that was nice. Sorry, distraction. Anyway, Beware and Tyranitar. Let's get you two on the team. We need your ingredients more than the others. And then once I get the pot expansions from Flareon, we can swap in the Aeron that we are going to go ahead and power up right now. Right now. So, where are you, buddy? It was you, I believe. Triple sausage. Let's double check and make sure that's the right one. I'm pretty sure that was the right one. Triple sausage, energy recovery, helping speed, skill trigger. Yep, that's the one. At level 32 brings us 70 sausage a day. yeah, that's the one. Surprisingly very good for what it is. With no ingredient finding up, still plenty of sausage. I don't have to worry about anything, and we only need to get him to level 32 and evolve him, which will be very easy with the new boosts for leveling up Pokemon that are lower level. So, directly to 32, only going to cost us, what is that? 30,000 dream shards, so not bad. You know, basically what we got from having to use those dream clusters today. There's used 279 candies, so another mission complete. Level up to 30, ingredient unlocked. Level up to 25, skill unlocked. Perfect. And then we simply evolve him. Oh, wait. Oh, yes. I misread that. I thought that was saying I needed 32 for Lyron, but I thought it was 32 for Aggron. I believe it still is 32 for Aggron, but you know, we'll see here in a second if I miscalculated. Hopefully not. Because then we'll have to invest some more candies, which honestly I don't mind. I love me some Aggron. I really don't understand why Aggron is not a pseudo-legendary. It absolutely should be. I feel like my boy doesn't get the love and respect it deserves from Game Freak, but it is what it is. All right, evolve one more time. Yes, level 32 and 80 Aeron candy. There we go. Not bad for a little 30k investment to now get 70 sausage a day. So, gonna be really nice. Plus that double speed bonus will be very good as well. Hopefully we can get these sausage really quickly, but like I said, first and foremost, gonna get the pot expansions from Flareon, because without that, the whole thing falls apart. We've got enough sausage for now, so we can get the pot expansions. And as soon as we do, I can swap Flareon out, get Aggron on the team for some extra sausage. And we might run this first night, we might run all the ingredient gatherers overnight just to get a bunch of ingredients quickly. But if things go well today, during the day, I would rather swap in a berry finding team. But I will set that up later. We are already pretty far into this video. Still got a long way to go. So we're going to get that team. They are ready to go, and we're going to let them work their magic while we recap the 2nd Anniversary Fest bonuses. We do have photo mode, which you might have seen that little red dot with the picture up there. So that's the photo mode. We got the dream gifts, which we'll get here in a minute. We're going to talk about Trico, Torchic, Mudkip, Plusle, and Minun here in a minute as well. That's right, we do have the mini candy boost coming up in week 2, I believe. So week 1, this week only, on all areas, we've got the week 1 missions, which we'll go over here in a second. And on all days, we've got pseudo balanced sleep. We've got boosted spawns of the new Pokemon. And then for sure, oh yes, I keep forgetting about this. For sure, one Pokemon will arrive hungry every day, which is good. Main skill trigger. I forgot that's very good for Flareon and Dedenne and Gardevoir. So that's really good. That will give us a little bit more freedom to swap team members around, especially once we get to 150% energy. So that'll be nice. And then the number of candies gained is once per day is going to be multiplied by 1.5. Dream gift, as I already said, we'll check that here in a minute, and then we'll go over week 2 when we get to week 2. So for now, let's check one last thing. We got a bunch of missions complete already. For week 1, get to basic 2 for a Trico incense, get to Ultra 1 for a Torchic incense, and Master 1 for a Mudkip incense. Give out 15 biscuits for 15,000 dream shards, which is good. Get back half of what I just spent once I give those 15 biscuits out. Use 7 incense for 5 small handy candies, and go to bed on time 3 times for 5 more Poke Biscuits. We already got 2 of these incense. I can't collect them. I will figure that out later. I'm done messing with bag space for now. We also finished Get Snorlax to Grade 2, so I'll claim that for 2,000 Dream Shards. Can I? Nope, it's full. Oh yes, that's right, it's full to bursting because those 6 small handy candies. I can collect the 15 diamonds though. And then we get a Chikorita incense for Master 3. The rest is all pretty standard stuff, nothing too crazy there. So no worries, we should get all that done this week. Especially with so many new Pokemon, I have no doubt that we will collect all of them. All right, dream gift time. Let's see what we get today. It is random. I can't do it. I said I was done with it and I'm not done with it. All right, never mind. Let's check the news. We'll do that first. So the news is the 2nd anniversary bundles and Pokemon Sleep 2nd anniversary Twitter campaign. Okay. All right, so the Pokemon Sleep 2nd anniversary Twitter campaign, where you can get great rewards such as Pokemon Biscuits and Incense for Trico, Torchic, and Mudkip. You can get points by completing various actions on Twitter, then exchange those points for great rewards. How to participate in the event. First, join the event via the following website. There's the link right there. Only in Japanese and English. That's, I mean, a little surprising, but I guess not too much. Step 2, complete various actions on Twitter to get points. Follow Pokemon Sleep's official Twitter account. Make a post with the hashtag Pokemon Sleep 2nd. Repost posts with the hashtag Pokemon Sleep 2nd, and more. 3, use your points on the above website to get rewards. The event begins July 13th at 10 p.m., which was last night at 10 p.m., correct? Or is today July 13th? I don't know. I've lost track of days. It was last night, yes. All right, so that's interesting. Interesting little thing. I won't be participating because my Twitter account will not let me log in, so I can't do that. But if you want to take advantage of that, go for it. Get to the free stuff. I mean, free stuff is free stuff. So maybe I'll try to figure out how to get into my Twitter account somehow, but we'll see. The 2nd anniversary bundles include biscuits and candies. I would hope so. Looks like they also have seeds in them as well. Okay. So to accompany the 2nd anniversary fest, 2nd anniversary bundle, small, medium, and large will be available. They are available July 19th at 11 p.m. until July 28th at 10:59 p.m. So a few more days before they show up. But the small bundle is 600 diamonds for 5 Poke Biscuits, 2 Growth Incense, 6 small handy candies, and 5 small Dream. That's not a bad bundle. For 600 diamonds, though, at 5 biscuits is only 300 diamonds. 2 Growth Incense, that's probably, I think they are 150 to 200, I think. Let's just assume 150, and because that way, if they are 200, it's a better value, if I'm incorrect. So that's 600 right there. So you're basically paying exactly the price of the biscuits and the incense, then getting the handy candies and the dream clusters for free, which is okay. It's not that bad of a deal. I mean, at least you are getting your value out of it in terms of the biscuits and the incense. Like I said, if I'm wrong and the growth incense are 200 instead, then you get a 100 diamond discount, which not the biggest discount, but it's not bad. This is not the most attractive small bundle I've seen, but it's not a bad bundle, you know? And then we've got the 1500 diamond medium bundle, which is 7 great biscuits, 2 luck incense, 2 focus incense, and 3 medium handy candies with 6 small dream clusters. Interesting. Okay, so for 1500 diamonds, 7 great biscuits is 1400 diamonds. Luck incense is another 150 to 200, but we'll say 150. So that's another 300, so 1700 diamonds. The focus incense, I'm going to say 150 again, just keep the math simple. And like I said, if I'm incorrect and it is more expensive, it's a better value. So 1,700, that's 2,000 diamonds worth of stuff that you're paying for. So you get a 500 diamond discount and then get the Handy Candy Medium and Dream Small Dream Clusters for free. Again, not bad. Better value in terms of what you pay for and the discount associated with it. So better value, but not super fantastic for 1,500 diamonds. It's not the best medium bundle I've seen, but Luck Incense, Focus Incense is for research rank. So, I mean, it is valuable at the right time, but not my highest priority for an incense. Maybe that's because I just don't prioritize research rank that much. It is nice to get to max research rank and get the extra bonuses associated with being at research rank, the max research rank, so that you roll over your research rank into dream shards. Maybe I should prioritize that more. Maybe that's a failing on my part, but it's an okay bundle. Not really super fantastic. The 3,000 diamond bundle better be really good though. It better be really good. 4 ultra biscuits, 7 great biscuits, so that's I almost said 1,800. That's 1,400 plus 4 ultra biscuits is another 1,600. So that is exactly 3,000 so far. Main skill seed is valued at 900 diamonds for some ungodly reason. Sub skill seed can't buy for diamonds. Handy Candy Large, pretty sure you can't buy for diamonds. So I take issues with the main skill seed being 900 diamonds. That is incredibly overpriced for what it is in the game. You should never buy it for diamonds, period. Unless you are just dropping way too much money into this game. So that's the only reason it's 900 diamonds, just to make the bundles that it's in look more worthwhile. I'm going to ignore that for the most part. I'm going to say this bundle it's like the others, honestly. If I'm ignoring the ridiculous price of the main skill seed, it's not bad. You do get both a main skill seed and a sub skill seed, plus a large handy candy, which is 100 candies to any Pokemon you use that on. You're paying for the biscuits for their normal cost and getting everything else for free. So in that sense, it's not bad. I feel like I kind of feel the same about all of these bundles. They're not bad. They're not the best bundles we've seen, period. But they're not bad bundles. So if you've got the diamonds and what's in them is going to be useful to you, I wouldn't really hesitate much. Just make sure that they are going to be useful to you and you're not just buying them just to buy them necessarily. But that's if you're like trying to budget and manage your diamonds. I mean, if you've got plenty of diamonds to just buy everything and not worry about it, sure. But personally, I don't find these bundles to be super great. Even the small bundle, which is usually the one I like the most, just because I never have that many diamonds. But even the small bundle's not super attractive to me this time around. The growth incense is nice, but I've never wanted for growth incense either, you know? And kind of the same with the handy candy and the dream clusters. They're nice, but I never just absolutely need them. So yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling kind of meh on these bundles. They don't really excite me all that much. But as always, let me know your thoughts on these bundles in the comments. Let me know if you think I'm looking at this the wrong way. Maybe I am looking at that focus incense the wrong way. That one is the one probably for sure. But the bundles themselves, kind of meh. So let's move on. Kind of a sour note to end the news on. But it is what it is. Are you gonna load? Is my game frozen? No, it wasn't frozen. All right, let's get our community reports. Should be a good amount of them. There's 38. Good. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 that doubled up out of 38. That's really good odds. That's well over a third. Nice. All right. Very, very, very good. Okay, so now that we've done that. Oh, yes, that's right. I needed to go to my bag and clear out one thing. You know what? Let's just use a couple of handy candies on our, just because we need the candies anyway. Let's just go ahead and use a couple on you. We'll use like 5 of them just to clear out some. Oh no, I need to use more than 5. That's right. Let's just use 10. Sure, 13, whatever. I can't count. Okay, that should give us, yes, plenty of space. to get the dream gift as well as any other things that might pop up. All right, open the gift. Dream gift, what are we getting today? Random, what do we got? I don't even know what the list is. Ooh! As if to tempt me to buy the bundles, they give me 400 diamonds. Okay, all right. Well, I will happily take 400 diamonds to start off the second anniversary fest. Yeah, that's pretty good. I take back everything. Well, no, I don't take it back. I still feel pretty mad about those bundles, but you know, I'll take 400 diamonds. I will take that, and I will not complain about it one bit. All right. With all of that out of the way, we've got the team set up. We're on the island we're going to be on. We're at Ultra 4. All of that out of the way, this is what we've been building up to, talking about the new Pokemon, about everything that we could possibly know about them. And let's see what's going on. I did look at these ahead of time a slight bit just to see if it would change my opinion on what island I was going to go to. But I still don't know all of it. I haven't looked at their ingredient spreads, for example. So let's take a look at Sceptile first, and let's get a little looksy doodles. Of course, we're going to catch this as a Trico, so it's only going to be 5 pips, but if you do want to catch one as a Sceptile, it is 20. It's going to be the same for all 3 of the Hoenn starters, if I remember correctly. The sleep type is, of course, dozing, because it's grass type. It is a skill specialist, and it has Berry Burst, which I haven't had a chance to personally use, but I have seen a lot of people that use Berry Burst that really like the skill. So just a quick refresher on what Berry Burst is. You get X number of berries plus X number of each of the berries other Pokemon on your team collect. And if it's at level 4, for example, you would get 24 berries. I believe it is of the type that the Pokemon that uses the skill collects. So in this case would be 24 Duran berries plus 3 berries from every other Pokemon on the team. So that's a total of, math is hard, 36 berries, and can be used to really good effect if you have a team of all favored berries for Snorlax. So can be very useful there, but solid skill, not bad. The ingredient rate is 10.7%, which skill specialist, that makes sense. Skill trigger rate is 3%, which is kind of nice. I don't know these numbers intricately, so I don't know who's got the highest and who's got the lowest skill trigger rates, but 3% feels kind of good for me, especially with that ability and the fact that you can double up and have 2 skills banked at once. Seems really good. So not too bad. The base inventory rate is a bit low at 17. That feels kind of low for a fully evolved form, but that's easily counteracted by inventory up as a sub-skill. So no worries there. Then we've got base frequency at 38 minutes and 20 seconds, which is pretty nice. That's pretty fast, and especially once you get the multiplier from not full energy, top tier energy, 80% plus, it's going to be really quick. So that 3% has more chances to trigger more often, which is very nice. So that 3% feels pretty fitting with how fast this thing is. So no complaints there. Seems like it's going to be pretty good. I definitely want to catch one because I would like a chance to use Berry Burst. And this week would be good since we got Duran berries. Would be good if I could. But that's if we catch a good one and if it's worth investing in. The ingredient spread, this is all new. It's not ingredient specialist though. I was excited. I saw AAA eggs and I got excited. I really need those AAA eggs, but it's not an ingredient specialist, and the ingredient finding rate is only 10.7%. So not gonna be, making a big difference in my egg game, but could definitely help. I mean, we're looking at 20 eggs per day, so yeah, it could help a little bit, but it's not gonna be a game changer for me. At the end of the day, with these low numbers of ingredients, I'm fine getting whatever I'm going to get. I would much rather build it towards a skill specialist, and just whatever eggs I get is whatever I get. But if I don't get AAA eggs, I'm not fretting about it either. So there's that. But not bad, not bad. It of course spawns on Greengrass, Cyan, Lapis, and Old Gold Power Plant. So any of those islands you can find them, and yeah. This is looking like it could be a pretty decent skill specialist, but again, I haven't had a chance to use Berry Burst myself, so I don't know exactly how highly prioritized this skill would be on building a team specifically. Maybe once we get a grass legendary that has the same type bonus as the legendary beast does, if it even happens. I don't know if future legendaries are gonna have those same skills, but if they do, it could be very good to have on a grass berry overstacking team. So we'll see. But on its own, not bad. Looking forward to catching one. Maybe actually get a chance to use Berry Burst myself. Moving on, we have Blaziken, who is, instead of a skill specialist, a berry specialist that spawns on slumbering type sleep with Charge Energy S, which restores energy to itself, which is very good. I like Charge Energy S. It's very helpful, especially on a berry specialist, so that it can keep its energy high in case your healer is slacking like mine was the last few days. So that's really nice. The ingredient rate at 15.3% is not too bad. It feels a little bit high to me. I would prefer it to be lower as a berry specialist, but it's also not that hard to counteract. Just if you put it in sneaky snacking mode, you don't ever have to worry about the ingredient finding rate because it will only bring berries. So it's not really that big of a deal, but small negative. Very, very small negative for me. Skill trigger rate though, 4.9% is very, very, very nice. Again, if it's in sneaky snacking mode, you're not collecting skill triggers either. So you gotta take them both or none at all. But I would happily take that skill trigger rate and try to get the skill triggers on it. Especially at least up to 150% energy. Maybe I would stop collecting from it then and just let it sneaky snack. And then when its energy drops to 120 or so, start collecting again. Just to make sure that its energy stays really high, because this thing is going to be super beastie. 43 minutes and 20 seconds on the frequency is really good. That's pretty fast. It is a berry specialist, so getting high speed, especially at that multiplier of 2.2 something to its frequency once its energy is above 80%, is going to be very, very, very good. It is a fighting type berry as well, so that's going to be really nice. I think currently the best fighting type berry specialists we have are Primeape, I believe. I can't think of anything else that's fighting type berry specialist. I'm sure there is another one, but I can only think of Primeape off the top of my head. So getting berry finding with this thing, with its speed, which is going to be multiplied by its skill trigger rate, keeping its energy very high, this thing is going to be probably better than Primeape, I would venture to guess. But I haven't done the comparisons yet to see for sure, but I have a suspicion that it is going to be better. It does start as a fire type, but changes to a fighting type when you evolve it to Combuskin. So no worries there. Fighting berries, berry specialist, very good. Very, very good indeed. And then the ingredients, AAA mushrooms. Again, I wish it was an ingredient specialist because I need AAA mushrooms desperately. It's like they're taunting me, but AAA mushrooms with soybeans for its level 30 and oil for its level 60. Yet again, I don't care what ingredient spread I get on this. Getting extra mushrooms would be nice, but if I've got it in sneaky snacking mode, I'm not getting any ingredients anyway. So any ingredients that this thing would bring me would just be bonuses. I'm not going to build my team around relying on the ingredients that it might bring in. So I don't care what the ingredient spread is, honestly. So yeah, Blaziken, in a nutshell, of course, spawns on Green Grass, Taupe Hollow, and Lapis Lakeside. Very easy to get, very good stuff. So far, I was gonna say this might be the strongest one so far out of the two, but honestly, I haven't used Berry Burst, so I can't really say that because I don't know how strong Berry Burst actually is. But it does seem like so far they're both based on berries. We'll see if Swampert does the same, which I don't think it does, but we'll see. Swampert, berry specialist, I did know that. Slumbering type for Swampert. It is ground type. Tasty Chance S raises your extra tasty chance by a percentage, which actually pretty good to have on a berry specialist just to get those random extra tasty odds powered up as well. Very good stuff. The ingredient finding rate is 14.6, so just a little lower than Blaziken, but it is also a little bit slower. So not by much, not by a significant margin to where it's going to make a difference at all. But ground berry specialist, we have Marowak, I believe. Yes. I'm starting to second guess it if Marowak is ground or rock. But I think it's Marowak is our ground berry specialist at the moment. This one could potentially do... Actually, I would say this one's... Oh! Without looking at the numbers, just going off my feeling, my intuition at this point, which could be incredibly misleading, I feel like it's pretty even in terms of which one I would personally prefer. Marowak does charge its own energy, but Swampert has extra tasty chances. So they're both beneficial in different ways. Extra tasty chances might actually win out for me just because I prefer to cook rather than have berry specialist teams all day for an entire week. So I think I would give this one the edge just in terms of which one I personally prefer without looking at the numbers. Now, we may look at the numbers and Swampert vastly outperform Marowak, but as of right now, I'm still favoring Swampert. I said that backwards. We may look at the numbers and Marowak vastly outperforms Swampert, but I don't think that's going to be the case, that a new Pokemon would be overshadowed by a Pokemon that's been in the game since day one. But it is possible, especially since this has such a nice skill that will benefit your dishes. It could be a trade-off where you have lower berry returns, but higher extra tasty returns. So that could be a trade-off, but again, I haven't compared them yet, so I don't know if that's for sure the case. Make sure to do your own comparisons just to be sure. But 46 minutes and 40 seconds is not bad. That's pretty average speed, so not bad at all. Again, with that multiplier from being at 80% energy or higher from your healer, gonna be very fast, almost indistinguishable in terms of speed compared to Blaziken, but it is the slowest one out of the three. But no worries, because it's got extra tasty odds at a 3.4% rate, which is very nice. The only thing that would make it nicer is if it was a skill specialist to double bank those extra tasty odds, but for a berry specialist with 3.4% skill trigger rate, I will take that with that speed. Probably still going to end up with not a ton, like you're not going to rely on this like you do a Dedenne for extra tasty odds, but it's going to be nice to get that little bit extra throughout the day. You might get 1 or 2 extra skill triggers throughout the day, which is an extra 10 to 20% at max main skill level. So not bad, and it could make a big difference on the right team. Ground team, I don't know how I would build around a ground team, but hopefully this is really good once we actually look at the numbers. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. I want all 3 of them so far. The ingredients, triple corn for the AAA, and then milk at level 30 and mushrooms at level 60. So not a bad spread of ingredients, but again, being a berry specialist, I'm not worried about what ingredients it has. We get what we get, and it's a nice bonus on top of that. So, you know, I'm not really super bothered by the ingredient spread. And yes, looking at Figgy berries, it is Marowak that is the ground specialist for berries. The ground berry specialist. There we go. So yeah, those 2 would need to be compared. I am again drawing a blank if there's a second one. I'm sure there is a second ground berry specialist, but I'm probably just forgetting it because I focused on Marowak because I had a really good berry finding one. So is what it is, but Swampert looking pretty good. Out of the 3 Hoenn starters, I like all 3 of them. I think personally, I like Swampert the most for the extra tasty chances, just because I prefer to cook, but they're all 3 really good, and that's just my personal preference. But yeah, we still got to talk about Plusle and Minun, but just the Hoenn starters, I think I like Swampert the most. Speaking of Plusle and Minun, we can talk about them too. They are, of course, skill specialists, to the surprise of no one, given the description of their main skills, which for Plusle is plus ingredient magnet S, gets you X number of ingredients chosen at random, meet certain conditions to get an additional ingredient times X number of blank. So the way that's going to work is at level 1, you will get 5 ingredients. It looks like it's just a regular ingredient magnet. So it's not a defined list of random ingredients. You can get any ingredient. You'll get 5 random ones, plus 6 more if Minun is on the team. So that's pretty interesting. That is pretty interesting. At level 7 main skill, which you would have to invest a lot of main skill seeds, a minimum of 3 main skill seeds into this to get to main skill 7, but you get 30 ingredients, which is not terrible. It's not terrible. But I don't know how much I really like this ability. I don't like that you need 2 main skill or 2 team slots to make this fully powered up. But I still want to catch one just for the collection. Being a skill specialist with 10.3% ingredient rate, again, I don't really care for the ingredient rate on a skill specialist. It is what it is. We're not building around that Pokemon for ingredients, but a 4.9% skill trigger rate is pretty good. That's pretty good, especially when it can double bank those skills with a exactly 40-minute frequency. That's going to be lowered even more by high energy. That's going to be pretty good. We're going to see these triggering pretty frequently. So I don't know how this stacks up compared to regular ingredient magnet, but I don't know that we want to use it over regular ingredient magnet necessarily. I mean, maybe if you have a really good Plusle, but you don't have a really good Vaporeon, you might. You might. Let's see, 6. Yeah, I mean, it seems okay. It seems like it could be a decent backup, but I don't know that, where is it? There's so many main skills now. Seems like it could be a decent backup. 4.79 with no, just a completely neutral one is 4.79. What about a neutral Vaporeon? 4.98. Yeah. So they're not terribly different in terms of skill triggers per day as neutral Pokemon. It just depends on what you catch. You could catch a really good Plusle and have an okay Vaporeon, and the Plusle might outperform the Vaporeon, so you would need to run the numbers to check and see in the production comparison. But right off the bat, just looking at it, I'm not getting super good vibes about it, you know? But it is what it is. The thing that really surprised me was that it was 10 pips to capture it, not 16, which is good. That does mean that if it's hungry, you can catch it with a premium biscuit, and you can almost catch it with a regular bonus biscuit as a free-to-play player. So if it's hungry, you can guaranteed catch it, even if you don't have premium. Regular bonus biscuit will give you the 9 plus 1 Poke Biscuit, guaranteed catch if it shows up hungry. Guaranteed catch for everybody if it shows up hungry, period. So that's really nice. That is a really nice benefit, especially since you really need 2 Pokemon on the team to really take full advantage of its main skill. So I'll take it. I will take it. The inventory capacity is 16, which is, I mean, that's okay for a base form. We could definitely mitigate that with inventory up, so that's not bad. And let's see, we've got AAA coffee with leeks at B at 30 and milk as C at level 60. Again, skill specialist, not really super worried about what the ingredient spread is. We just get what we get, and it's nice that we get what we get, you know? So no biggie there. Of course, it spawns at Greengrass and Old Gold Power Plant. I forgot to talk about where Swampert spawns. It is Greengrass, Cyan Beach, and Taupe Hollow. So not bad stuff. We can definitely do, I don't know. I want to catch a Plusle just to have it, but I'm not getting the vibes that I need to use it immediately, you know? So it's kind of where I'm at on that one. But could fit better on your team. Make sure that you make the decisions that are best for your game. Minun is snoozing, skill specialist as well, with minus cooking power up S. Gives your cooking pot room for X number of more ingredients the next time you cook, and if you have Plusle on the team, you get extra. Oh. I don't know why this feels kind of low. 5, 7, 9, 12, 16, 20, and 24 from levels 1 through 7. But man, if you do have Plusle on the team, an extra, what is that? 35 and 24, that's 59. Extra 59 ingredients just from 1 skill trigger, but it's a skill specialist, so it can double bank. You could get halfway to the maximum 200 with just 2 skill triggers if you have Plusle on the team as well. So that's really good, but it does take 2 Pokemon 2 slots on the team to make that happen. So I don't know that I really want to do that. I mean, I like the idea of the main skills working together. I think it's just these 2 Pokemon specifically that don't really have any other benefit to the team, kind of making me second guess it. I mean, I'm sure there is some team build somewhere, some mixture of Plusle, Minun, Dedenne, and 2 other Pokemon that are really good to like do a very specific thing. So in a very niche scenario, it's going to be really nice. But on their own, on a regular team, I just don't think I'm going to use them. I do, like I said, I do want to catch good ones just for the collection, even if I never use them. But as far as usefulness, I just don't see it. But maybe I just am not looking at it the right way. Again, 10 pips, which is very nice. That means that everyone can guarantee catch it if it shows up hungry. Really good. Exactly 40-minute frequency, just as Plusle, so no biggie there. Same with the inventory space. No big difference there, so we can definitely mitigate that with inventory up L. For what they are and how they work together, it's really nice. Maybe it's a good sign for the future. I am just personally not super excited to use them very quickly, but I do want to catch good ones. The ingredients, we got AAA honey with eggs at B for level 30 and milk at C for level 60. So again, skill specialists, I don't really care what their ingredients are. It's nice to get whatever we get. Everything is a bonus. And of course, spawns on green grass and old gold power plant just like Plusle. So yeah, that's kind of everything that we know so far about all 5 of the new Pokemon. And Sceptile is going to be really interesting. I would like to catch one just to actually get a chance to use Berry Burst and see how it is, how it works out, especially on a skill specialist. Could be very good. Blaziken looking pretty good as a berry specialist for fighting type. Probably going to dominate the fighting type berries. Swampert is going to be kind of the same. Probably going to dominate the ground type berries. And with that, Tasty Chance S is my personal pick for the one out of the 3 Hoenn starters. Well, actually out of all 5 of them that I want to catch the most, because it plays into my playstyle of cooking with the Tasty Chance main skill. So I want to catch this one the most out of the 5. Plusle and Minun, definitely the weakest out of the 5 for me. But, you know, they're not bad for what they are. Maybe it's a good sign for the future in terms of main skills commingling together with other Pokemon that aren't Plusle and Minun. But we'll see. For now, I'm on green grass. I have the chance to see them all. And we're going to see what we do find this week during the 2nd anniversary fest. Ben, let's leave this off with gathering from everybody. There's 2 Yachi berries. How much do they give me here? 432 is not bad. Not bad. I will take that. There's a fighting type berry that I don't need. There's some ginger I do need. Skill trigger? Nope. How about from you? Can we start off with a skill trigger, Flareon? Hey, we can, and we only need 1. So that 27 gives us plenty of pot space to make the Inferno Corn Keema Curry, and we can wrap things up by swapping Aggron in right now, getting some extra sausage just to make sure that we are topped off and ready to go. Where did you go, buddy? There you are. There he is. Beautiful. And we only needed to get him to 32. We don't have to level him up anymore because there is a pretty decent chance we could catch a better Aggron. This one just fills that sausage niche for now. And another ginger that somehow didn't get collected before. But yeah, things are looking pretty good. We are in a really good place. The 2nd anniversary is here, and we're going to see what happens this week. Of course, let me know your thoughts on everything we talked about in this video in the comments below, and I'm going to wrap things up there for today. So thank you for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy these videos. A huge shout out to our ace trainers, Illusion, YT, Husky Star, JP, Barty, Rogue Bastion, Josh Garrett, and SDK Posse. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you would like to support the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe plus or that join button right below this video. And while you're down there, you can find links to my Ko-Fi as well if you prefer a one-off donation, as well as links to the live stream channels where you can come hang out with us while we play other video games. And the link to the Discord where you can come hang out with a cool group of people, talk about Pokemon Sleep and other fun stuff. But other than that, y'all have a good night. Until next time, later, dudes.